Okay guys, so been a while since you've seen Dad's 70 Camaro, but figure do a little bit of work to it here. Maybe we'll get this thing running this summer. Last time you seen it, I got this front end all assembled and we were trying to line everything up. Driver's side is all original stuff, so it lined up really well. Passenger side, totally different story. I mean, you can see it right here. This is an aftermarket Fender. It's supposed to be the best stamping or the best Fender they had. I believe he got it from year one, way back. I mean, way back. But it has not been a good Fender. I've had to work the edge here. I've had to work the edge there, and we're still not even close. I just got some rod, because you can see this gap. I mean, it's okay, you know, right here, and then it starts widening up, and it's way too wide. Basically what it looks like is the fender has been stamped crooked. That's kind of what it looks like. Or spot welded on crooked to the inner fender, I don't know. But it's a mess. I'm gonna fix it. I guess not technically the right way. We've thought about it, and you know, cutting the fenders, splitting it here and moving it over and everything. I'm just gonna get some rod and we're gonna fill in the gaps so they're nice. And we're gonna be done with it. We're gonna keep our eye out for an OEM Fender, or maybe possibly a better Fender someday. I don't know. I'd hate to try another aftermarket Fender because this one's really giving us a lot of trouble. But anyway guys, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start filling that in, and then I've got to do the same thing here. You can see it's big gap. So I'm going to take a rod, 1/4 inch I believe, and I'm just going to fill it in. So we've got a nice even gap. And we're going to try to move this project along. This is the whole reason it stopped, was this fender giving me all kinds of trouble. So I'm just going to get it fitted here, and then we're just going to move on. Okay, so I got my first piece set up. I sanded the primer off the edge of the fender there. I'm using some little magnets to keep it flat. I'd rather not use any filler for this edge, but I kind of curled my rod right here. I'm gonna have to weld it and kind of move it around. So get this first piece in, and we'll have to go down a little farther than that, but 1/4 inch is really too big, so we'll have to see what I do with that. Okay, so I've got my rod welded in there, and with a billion spot welds, so I'll try not to heat up the surface and warp this fender real bad. But next thing I gotta do, I gotta grind down all my weld here. Okay, so I'm really pleased the way this is turning out. You can see how nice a gap we're getting. The factory gaps on this Camaro seem to be like a paint stick, as thick as a paint stick, and then a little bit more, maybe a 1/16 or something more than a paint stick. So that's kind of what I've done here. Is I laid my paint stick there, and then I run my grinder, and I made myself a line. And then once I got a good line, I was able just to cut it in myself. Now I don't really have that far to go here before the gap is okay. Probably down to here or so maybe. And then I won't have to add any more. But like I said, I'm really pleased with how that's turning out. We want good gaps, factory gaps. You know, we're not looking for perfection here. We don't have the time or the money to do perfection show car. So, like I said, happy with how this is turning out. I wish I would have got some smaller stuff so I could have kind of finished this or got the bulk of this done tonight. Would have liked to have started on this too, but tomorrow I'll find some stuff. Hopefully, smaller stuff. Okay, so look at that gap. Yeah, it's really nice. It's not perfect. Neither is this side. But it looks factory. We're not looking for perfection. We want a nice daily driver, and that is nice. I got to do a little bit of body work on here, and maybe a little bit right there, where I ended the rod there. But it's looking good, guys. Got this piece in there. Went with 3/16 on this. And like I said before, the gap on this door might be a little more than, you know, a normal gap on a car, but it's the same as the other side. And the other side is a factory gap, so we're gonna roll with that. Once this is all one color, the gap ain't gonna matter. Like I said, it's a factory gap, daily driver. We're happy. I haven't quite finished up the bottom of that down there. I'm gonna pull the fender off. I'm gonna do that again. Gonna have to do a little bit of body work, not much, just a little bit of body work on the edges there, and we're gonna be good. Finally got this fender fitted the way we want it. Okay, so we gotta pull this hood off so I can get this fender off and finish up the work on that. Little tip. We're going to take a small drill bit and we're going to put 2 holes on each side, or a hole on each side. And it's just a small drill bit, so we can just put like a pin or a line-up tool or something in there to get us, or to help to get us back to where we are now, so everything lines up good. It may not be perfect. We might have to do a little more tweaking, but at least with the little hole and the little guide that we have, we're going to come out pretty darn close. So I'm probably going to do that with everything that comes off. I'm going to do that with the hood. I'm probably going to do that with these hinges. I might have to do 2 holes on these hinges to get them back to where they need to be. Oh, I gotta modify this mount a little bit. I gotta bring it back. But other than that, I think we're gonna be good to go here, guys. Probably not gonna do any video on the body work of the fenders or priming or anything, because I've done that. You've seen me do that. Next thing that might be on video is, I think we're gonna paint the hood. We're gonna take it off. We're gonna clean the underside, paint that, clean the top side, paint that. I'll probably do a color reveal on that. Show you guys the color we picked out, and we also want to see what it looks like on the car, just to make sure we like it. I think we're going to be okay with it, but I think it's a pretty cool color. We've seen something similar on YouTube that we really liked, so we picked out something a little different. We don't want to just copy. I hate just copying people. I like to kind of go my own direction a little bit. But anyway, that'll probably be the next video on this, guys. That's going to do it for this one. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next one.